That free throw missing. He hits the second from the line. Here's Jackson. Scoring-wise, he's definitely making his mark right now. He's averaging about 19 points a game. In the corner, it's Morris. Outside, Jackson. Inside. Shot clock at 6. And that one's good. Drummond.
And I tell you what, anytime you get those easy ones, that basket starts to get bigger.
Here's Shumpert. And he goes in for the dunk.
Boy, that was a violent throw down there.
You're telling me.
I mean, it's almost like he doesn't like the rim.
Feeds it to Caldwell Pope. Inside. Mozgov with the steal. Fast break, here they come. And slam dunk by Shumpert.
Great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and trigger the fast break.
And now just a one-possession game thanks to that quick hitter. Outstanding play in the open court.
Pass to Drummond. To the middle. Out of bounds. Cleveland takes possession.
A chance here, Kevin, to see where the Cavaliers currently rank in the NBA. 6th in three-point field goal percentage. 7th in points off turnovers. And they are in the top 10 in team points per game.
And they've also enjoyed a lot of success from beyond the arc. I mean, as you can see by that top 10 ranking and three-point percentage, that's a shot they should continue to feature in their offense.
Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession. As we close in on the start of the playoffs, let's see how the East is stacking up. Taking a look at Cleveland. And, of course, there's the Pistons. Tied up with them. The Pistons have gone 5 of 6 so far from the field to start out the game. There's the dish to Meeks. Passes it to Tolliver. Over in the corner, Meeks. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pistons will retain possession. Let's go to the 2K leaderboard to see the teams that have been the top offensive squad since the All-Star break. The Cavaliers 4th.
Kevin, the writing is on the wall, and it's time to get serious. This team has been putting up big numbers. Nothing can give a team focus like the realization at the end of the season is fast approaching.
Just 4 to shoot. Mozgov with the steal. From deep three-point range, here's James. Second shot opportunity for 3. Smith. And that one's good. Smith's got 7.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
Down low. Here's Baines. And he can't stop the run as he misses. LeBron dishes to Shumpert. And he can't bank that one in.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Baines. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. Pistons have gone 0 for 1 at the line. This is their second trip to the line tonight. First one falls for him. And he makes the first but misses the second.
They should be in front right now, but he'll be relieved not to have come up totally empty there.
And that's out of bounds. Cleveland will retain possession. "12 seconds left in the first quarter. And Fry kicks to Mozgov. And now the fast break. Meeks with the ball. And the shot is good. Dropping in off the front of the rim. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Up to this point, a closely contested game as we start the second quarter. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Pistons.
It looks like they're ready to run, fellas. I mean, they haven't hesitated at all to get out on the break so far.
And also defensively, they've been able to cause some turnovers tonight, and that also builds confidence and gives you momentum.
Here's Jackson. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. We've got Reggie Jackson. Andre Drummond is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. They're the group Detroit will start the second with. Now, here is Morris. Just 3 to shoot. Drummond. And he throws it down hard with one hand.
Solid on the one-hand throw down there.
You know, Clark, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Yep.
Yeah, and one reason why, I just don't know that I've ever seen him miss a play like that.
Here's Jackson. Tristan Thompson picking up that last bucket. Jackson kicks to Drummond. It's stolen by Jefferson. Thompson passes to Williams. For 3, Love. No good. The Pistons leading. Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. Defended by Jefferson. They get the rebound.
And trying to come up with a highlight reel finish, somebody forgot to finish it. It's not winning basketball when you're attempting shots like that.
Yeah, come on now. You got to remember it's a team game. He's got 4 teammates out there with him. I don't think he needs to try to do it all by himself like that.
Dishes it to Morris. Clock at 6. He kicks it to Drummond. Great D that time from Love.
Oh, excellent interior D to force the miss.
His defensive ability is a big factor. I mean, there's no denying that.
Now, here is Morris. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. It's Jackson with the drive. Kept alive. And it's Drummond with the jam.
And what a gutty play. I mean, muscles his way to the rebound and then just pounds it home for the putback.
Well said, G.A. The battle on the boards, Clark, could go a long way toward deciding this game.
You know, and if that play is any indication, that's a battle they're willing to put every ounce of their energy into winning.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Different look here for Detroit. Tolliver comes in for Marcus Morris. And Steve Blake is subbed in for Reggie Jackson. And then for Cleveland, James Jones, who's checked in for Love. And J.R. Smith's subbed in for Mo Williams. Here's Blake. Here's Caldwell-Pope. Pass to Tolliver. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Outside, Jones. And the pass to Thompson. And Jones gets it to go in on the assist by Thompson. Jones has got it all tied up now for the Cavs. The feed to Caldwell-Pope. To the paint. He's looking for Drummond and finds him. Tolliver gets to Blake. Down low. Here's Drummond. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
and putting in the work on the boards, and it's paying off with chances like that.
And Gia, he does put in the work. You're right. It's why he's on the finishing end of one putback slam after another.
Well, his effort has never been a question mark. He is an incredibly self-motivated player.
Tolliver, no luck.
No breathing room at all to take that shot.
To the inside. And Drummond kicks to Tolliver. Hits it from three-point range. Tolliver's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Well, they've really cranked up the intensity, tracking down those loose caroms, stacking up second chance buckets in a big pile.
Yeah, and those hustle points are just another reason they're in control.
Blake kicks to Drummond. Inside. And the basket by Blake. And the Pistons lead by 5.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening.
It really is, Clark. The defenders need to do a better job of closing those lanes to the hoop.
Now Blake following the three-point attempt by Kyrie Irving. Wide open look. And there's another one for the Pistons.
You know what? Didn't find a very good shot on that possession, but still able to get 2 points.
Jefferson kicks to Jones. And here we go. The Pistons fast break. Feeds to Caldwell Pope. From past the arc. Cavaliers with the rebound. Their last encounter was in Detroit, where they were able to handle the Pistons.
And were able to overcome what was a really poor shooting night. And
so that's the end of the first half. The Pistons on top. They lead by 7. Stay with us, folks. We'll get back just after halftime to start the third quarter. All right, the second half beginning in just a moment. Andre Drummond has been sensational.
And he's been a monster in this game, throwing down some huge dunks. And I wasn't sure the rim would even survive in that first half.
And the interior defense has to get tougher here in the second half. He's making them look really bad.
And now the third quarter about to get going. Andre Drummond has been sensational.
Just a dominating performance in the post by him so far. Just tearing them to shreds when he gets it inside.
Yeah, and getting it to him is the only hard part, fellas. I mean, once he has it, he's automatic. Forget about it. He can do work down there.
Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. The forwards are LeBron and Thompson. Ahmad Shepard is out there with Smith. And it's Mozgov in at the 5 spot.
Threw it down with authority.
Oh, he can really fly. And you combine that, Clark, with some of the nice penetration, too, and you've got an easy 2 points.
And able to just play well above the rim. I mean, that makes this guy so dangerous when he's in the game.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
Just beautiful when they play the game like this. And you know what? One of the few bright spots in this game for them today. He's kept his edge even though they've been trailing.
Little over a minute gone here in the second half. It's Jackson with the drive. 20 feet out. LeBron grabs the miss. The Cavaliers trail by 8. Shumpert. Morris with the rebound.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively.
Covered by Smith. Kicks to Morris. Here's Caldwell Pope. Pistons keep it alive. Drummond working against Thompson. And there's the call on Andre Drummond. That's foul number 2 for him.
Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
And not afraid to put his body on the line either, Greg. He took a shot for the team in that situation.
Thompson outside. Thompson is double. Here's Mozgov. Smith for three, and he gets it to go. Smith's got 10.
Guys, they've had a solid start to the second half offensively. Gotten good looks, and they've made 3 out of 4 of them.
On the wing, Johnson. Back to Jackson. Meeks dishes to Baines. And the defense really pressing up on him. Made that a tough shot. The drive by James. Stolen by Jackson. Johnson with it. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. Here's Baines. Drops it in from 14 feet away. And the Pistons lead by 7.
And a big height advantage right there.
You know, it's tough to bring a big man that far away from the goal, but that might be a mismatch they're willing to live with.
And Jackson with the basket on the assist by Johnson. Jackson's got his first basket.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
For three, Smith. The shot no good. And it's Detroit the other way. Tough loss coming against Cleveland in their last game played.
And nothing to be ashamed about in that game. It was a great effort, I thought, all around. They just needed to have 1 or 2 breaks go their way.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you know, both teams I thought played well enough to win the ball game, and yet it doesn't work out that way. There are no ties, so unfortunately they were the ones who came up short.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, Greg, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it, gritty and rough, but that's how you win games.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Cavaliers.
And he clearly doesn't like what's going on out there right now.
Would you? I mean, how could he like what's happening? Really had to take a time out there and try to figure out a way to derail their momentum.
Different look here for the Pistons. Reggie Bullock, he's checked in for Marcus Morris. Harris comes in for Johnson. Dinwiddie is checked in for Meeks. And Steve Blake is subbed in for Reggie Jackson. And then for Cleveland, Channing Frye's checked in for Mozgov. Love comes in for Thompson. And Kyrie Irving subbed in for Shumpert.
There is no way a player like him can be left wide open like that. Did you pay attention to the scouting report?
And here is Blake. He dishes it to Baines. Clock at 4. Detroit needs to get off a shot. And another three for Detroit.
And certainly they are not hesitating, letting it fly from deep here in the second half.
And, Greg, I have no problem with that. As a matter of fact, I hate to see teams get conservative with the lead. As long as they're good shots, take them. And as long as they're falling, continue to take them.
Here's Bullock. He's guarded by Love. And it's Bullock missing. To the paint. Stolen. Now Blake. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Pistons lead by 10. And time to step aside. And the final period of play just about to start. The Cavaliers trail by 10 The big men, Tolliver and Drummond. And there's Jackson. Then it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. That's the 5 and the 4 for the Pistons. Fast break, Detroit. Here's Jackson. Good D by Irving.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Love draws the double. Back to Smith. And here's James outside. Rebound, Detroit. Drummond's got 7 rebounds in the game. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Drummond.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
The Cavaliers shooting at 46%, making some buckets. LeBron passes to Fry. And Smith gets double-teamed. And Fry kicks to Smith. The drive by LeBron. And he uses both hands to jam it in.
Now that's finishing your work right there.
Powerful two-hand jam, you're right.
And I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will start shrinking even further.
Pass to Drummond. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Tolliver. And that one's on target from the wing. And the Pistons lead by 10. LeBron dishes to Smith. And that is good.
They are not rotating nearly quickly enough on defense down low. Got to get quicker there.
Just no resistance on the interior.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here are the powers. Give it up for your auto motion.
And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Well, over the break, I listened in on Stan Van Gundy's huddle. He was propping his guys up for their defensive pressure, saying, listen, the pressure you put on them has been fantastic. Keep pestering them, keep forcing turnovers, and we'll be in a great position to win this thing.
All right, Doris. The Pistons making a change here. Morris is checked in. Here's Drummond. Takes it from 10. The Cavaliers trail by 8. Now the dish to Irving. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for the Pistons?
Guys, the passing we've seen from them has been tremendous. Very unselfish.
Yeah, but also, they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long. And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
Here's Jackson. And that one's good.
And a sharp pass to set up that high percentage shot in close.
Left side, Love. He feeds it to Smith. Oh, and here we go. Jackson, nobody back. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Now Cleveland moving it up. And Love throws it down.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there.
Yes, and the foul. That's on Reggie Jackson.
They're doing their best to erase the deficit here with some smart passes and some good shooting. I mean, those two things go hand in hand. If you're going to make shots, then the passes have to be on target and on time.
Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Jackson's got 9 points here in the second half.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the lead.
Passes it to Fry. Stolen by Jackson. They're running. Pull up Jay. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
I just go in whenever I feel
watch what I say to you. So I code my station, cause they really passed the statute of limitations. The streets still holler about how strong I am. I heard still holler about how wrong I am. As a little had me amazed how my steady hand kept it afloat. Let it sit, cool it hard and hit the set. Cool it heartless in front of the store projects. Long as I made a profit, I see you eyeing me. Your fire escape diary filled with pages of episodes of shy and me. No, believe on my hammer for hire. So close that your coat will catch fire. Dog, the stakes are dire. I'm no liar. Hold a court in the street B, cause I got prize.
Same team, no game. Keep chicks that rather rock Soul Train. The corners got no shame. Trying to build these figures. Headquarters left, he ain't gone, he's still with us. Not in the physical, through us he live. I can see him with Big L, Punt, Pac and Big. Watching over the kid like, yeah, shit, the wait's over. Blow out and take over, I'm the truth. Give you proof, catch a video shoot. Pull them on you while them cameras on you. How you love that? Don't wanna bump with stacks, so get head dumb up. Make me call crumb up, it's the militia. Don't know about I, got me heated, frustrated about the blow. Me and Pans, Rave got the gauge raising. Sick of talk about it, ain't on my wavelength.
United, we stand together, down for whatever. Divided, we get at you from all angles. Gangstar forbid, NYG, same team, no game. Love is love, fam, one and the same. Funny style, act strange, going against the grain. Don't wanna see us on top, I think. We adapt to change. Fame, fortune, and material gain. Flow stay natural, unrestrained. Let me explain. Don't get it till you set it aflame. Subject them to pain, make them respect.
Everyone is in their seat here at the Quicken Loans Arena in Cleveland as the Cavaliers look to grab a win here at home. The Pistons coming to town hoping to notch this one here in this one-game road trip.
Kevin, in recent games, their luck has been all bad and tough. And that could very well continue against the team they're facing here in this ball game. It's not going to be easy to end the streak.
And you don't want to have to face these guys on any given night. Never mind when you're in the midst of a struggle. But the timing could not be worse, but the opportunity couldn't be any better.
And a look at the starters for the Pistons. Marcus Morris is out there with Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Then there's Andre Drummond. Then there's Jackson. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession.
And Detroit with a 32-50 record last season. They didn't have any help from the schedule. They had a total of 22 back-to-back series on the year, tied for most in the league.
Now here's Jackson. Scoring-wise, he's definitely making his mark. Right now, he's averaging about 19 points a game. 5 on the clock. And it's Drummond missing. Jackson against Irving. We play just over a minute here in the first. Wallace with it. Guarded now by Morris. Thompson passes to James. And it's Thompson with the jam.
And guys, isn't it great to see a player who works that hard on the glass at both ends?
Well said, G. That's the way he has built, his reputation. Clark grinding away, 100% effort all the time.
And Kevin, all that effort pays off. How many of those spectacular putback jams do we see from this guy? A bunch.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that. And that's how the coach would draw it up on the fast break from start to finish.
Yeah, and what a finish it was, guys. Really nicely done.
Now here's Drummond. Steady offensive output from him, averaging more than 16 points a game. Pass to Caldwell-Pope. Drummond in the post. It's up against Thompson. And it's Drummond with the jam.
A signature slam right there from the big fella. How many of those have we seen before?
Irving. Rebound, Detroit. Tough loss coming against Cleveland in their last game played.
Yeah, it's just hard to make up when you have an inability to make free throws consistently, and that's why they ended up losing.
Yes, sir. I think some doubt started to creep in when they kept missing those foul shots. I mean, you could see them start to shy away from wanting to even go to the line.
To the paint. Here's Jackson. Following the basket by LeBron James. To the middle. Howard down after the assist. Let him into the lane.
He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him.
Now, here is Morris. His scoring has been there on a regular basis. He's averaging more than 14 points a game. Back to Jackson. It's Drummond with the drive. Good D by Thompson.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
On the wing, Thompson. For three, Love. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing.
And the Pistons decide to take their first timeout right here.
Yeah, it's got to be concerned with all the missed shots here, and every team goes through cold streaks. You just got to figure out a way to stay productive.
And the best way to do that when you're missing shots is to get to the foul line. Be aggressive, get to the foul line, and knock down some of those freebies, and the tide can turn for you.
A different look now for Cleveland. Fry comes in for Thompson. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for LeBron. So Detroit going with an almost entire new group here. Jackson dishes to Baines. Back to Jackson. Johnson outside. Inside. And stolen by Fry. And here comes Smith leading the fast break. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
And the offense has come together immediately. I mean, they're threatening to run away with this thing already.
Greg, it's hard to imagine they'll stay this hot for 4 quarters, but if they even approximate that, watch out.
He kicks it to Dellavedova. Love the pass to Smith. Johnson with the block. And it's out of bounds. The Cavaliers able to retain possession here. And the Cavaliers making a change here. Shumpert's checked in. Meeks with the steal. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks.
No clue how he got that one to fall.
And that was not a soft foul he had to get through, Greg. I mean, he had to really power that one up and in.
And Cleveland making a change here. Mozgov's checked in. Here's Dellavedova. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Takes it from 10, and it's wide right. It's off the rim. Detroit shooting their second and third free throws tonight.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
And guys, you know what? That's made things hard for them in a lot of their games. I mean, that inability to convert their chances at the free throw line.
Johnson kicks to Baines. Lets it go from deep. And that does it for the first quarter. Cavaliers ahead, up 6. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. And we welcome you back to the NBA here on 2K Sports. And we're ready to get going once more. The players having a chance to have a short break and get some rest themselves and get refueled and hydrated with some Gatorade. More terrific basketball in store for us tonight. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Cleveland.
They've made the commitment to get out and run, and it's paid off with some highlight reel plays in transition.
The other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've been able to convert off turnovers.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. So on the floor for Cleveland. Filling out the wings, it's Shumpert, LeBron. Channing Frye out there with Mazda. And it's Dellavedova in at the point.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Definitely saved the layup with that foul, and he'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Thompson, he's checked in for Mozgov. Love comes in for Channing Frye. And Smith subbed in for Iman Shumpert. James kicks to Dellavedova. The drive by LeBron. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Flying off the baseline and throwing it down with the fancy flush. I love it.
Double clutch on the reverse. Just ridiculous.
And how about the reaction from his teammates on that one?
Now here's Drummond. Goes back up. And the layup is good. Drummond's got 5 points so far.
Just lazy defense on the glass there.
Well, nobody boxed out. Nobody put a body on anybody else. Things like that not only drive the coach crazy, that stuff gets under my skin.
And sometimes when you want something done, you got to do it yourself. That dunks the shot in the arm they need to really cut into that lead.
Well, Greg, it certainly got everybody on their bench up and off their seats and cheering.
Yeah, that could be an instant momentum shift. That certainly was a rim wrecker.
So timeout called here, the first for Cleveland. This game coming on the heels of their win against Toronto.
And in that game, guys, I mean, the beneficiary of what was some very lackluster defense being played against them.
Agreed, guys. It was really quite shocking and disappointing how many free runs to the hoop they got.
A different look here for Detroit. Reggie Bullock comes in for Morris, and Steve Blake is subbed in for Reggie Jackson. The drive by James. They get it back. Pistons trailed by 6. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. J.R. Smith picks one up. The Pistons shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight. First one falls for.
Oh my gosh, I just got that.
And he can't hit the second. The Cavaliers leading by 5. LeBron kicks to Smith. And that one's good. James. LeBron's got 10.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Threw it down with authority.
Oh, he can really fly. And you combine that, Clark, with some of the nice penetration, too, and you've got an easy 2 points.
And able to just play well above the rim. I mean, that makes this guy so dangerous when he's in the game.
Here's Blake. Drummond working against Thompson. It's Drummond with the drive. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
They've done a really good job of knocking down their long-distance shots here in the second quarter. I mean, they're shooting just above 40% from downtown. That's outstanding.
Kyrie Irving's checked in for Matthew Dellavedova. Detroit with the ball. 6-point game. Their last encounter was in Detroit.
Well, they were on the wrong side of a very close matchup last time they met, but what a great game.
And in that game you mentioned, it was a great game. The reserves played a huge role.
And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Over in the corner, Caldwell Pope. 6 to shoot.
That's the risky run by staying out there as he picks up his 3rd.
For Detroit, they have missed 2 free throws in the game, going 5 for 7. And he makes the first. A different look now for Cleveland. Mozgov, he's checked in for Tristan Thompson. Frye comes in for Kevin Love. And Shumpert in there for J.R. Smith. And Caldwell both drops them both. Fires it up. And Irving with the basket on the assist by James. James has got 3 assists now in this one. Pistons trail by 6. Dishes it to Johnson. There's the screen. Meets inside the three-point line. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. And it's going to go on Amon Shumpert. The Pistons have gone 7 of 9 from the free throw line tonight. And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
Feeds it to Irving. And another 3 for Cleveland.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
Good on that shot, and with that, the Cavalier lead is cut down now to just 5 on the bucket from Baines.
Another bucket in the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
Yeah, the defense is all about disrupting timing and spacing, and what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
The Pistons making a change here. Jackson's checked in. Pass to Irving. Cleveland moving it around. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there. Cleveland shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one. So he gets them both.
Boy, I tell you what, he does not look like your typical big man up there at the line. He has an excellent stroke and a percentage to match.
They have a 2-for-1 situation if they go quick.
Yeah, I don't think they have to rush, though, Greg. Just need to find a good shot this time. Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basket.
Oh! Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying hard to get back into this game like this.
Yeah, definitely a jam with emphasis. A big apostrophe or exclamation point. How about maybe even a question mark, partner?
Yeah, I would have to say there are a lot of questions right now from a defensive standpoint. That's for sure.
.12 seconds left now here in the second. LeBron kicks to Dellavedova. Good, and the assist goes to James. James has got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Mozgov with the steal. Here's Dellavedova. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Yeah, just nice strength there, and then just off with the shot.
Boy, with all the contact he drew there, Greg, that would have been a heck of a bucket. He nearly got it to go.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
And Morris drops them both. James has a 2-pointer. That'll do it for the first half. Cavaliers lead by 8. Stay with us, folks. We'll get back just after halftime to start the third quarter. And the second half about to start here in just a few moments. What can you say? LeBron James, what an impressive effort today.
And his play in that first half, how about the discipline to go along with the efficiency, guys? His shot selection was just perfect.
I agree. I mean, whether it's been from mid-range or in tight, he is taking only what the defense has given him and not trying to do too much. Very much playing within himself.
All right, the second half beginning in just a moment. What can you say? LeBron James, what an impressive effort today.
Yeah, he was in attack mode from the word go. Came out very aggressively in that first half.
Take a look at his shot chart. It looks like the ink spilled right at the rim. No reason for him to settle for anything less.
On the floor for Detroit, we've got Marcus Morris. He's out there with Contavious Caldwell-Pope. Reggie Jackson out there with Andre Drummond. Pistons trailed by 8. Outside Jackson. Kicks it to Morris. No luck. Good D from Love.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
And, guys, you know that rebounding is a huge part, a huge component of winning games. It's not a glamour stat, but it's necessary if you're going to be a winning team.
And the whistle blows, and it's going to be an over-the-back call here.
Yeah, a bit over-eager right there. Left his feet too early.
Yeah, and if you're already boxed out like he was, just back up. Because if you don't, you're going to get called for the over-the-back foul every time.
And, well, Detroit shooting at 44%, pretty reasonable. Morris a screen. Jackson kicks to Morris. It's deflected. It's stolen by Smith. Here's James. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Dellavedova. 14 points for LeBron.
That one goes down, but offensively, just 1 of 4 to start the third quarter.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. Look at LeBron James. He's really been playing well.
He's really taking it to him inside. They got to find a way to slow him down.
Pistons trailed by 10. Jackson kicks to Drummond. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. That's on LeBron James. No good on the free throw. So he comes up empty at the line. The Cavaliers leading by 10. Dellavedova from outside. Rebounded by Jackson.
Ooh, this is turning into a slow start here in the second half. Seems like they left that offense in the locker room.
Again, the miss by the Pistons.
Just a solid performance on the...
Tell you what, he's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Absolutely insane with that dunk.
Well, now they're starting to rub it in, aren't they? Have build up a lead, and here we go, folks. It's showtime.
That was a Kodak moment right there. The more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys on the ropes.
Irving's checked in for Cleveland. Johnson, he's checked in for Detroit. LeBron dishes to Smith.
Well, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
This is his first free throw of the game.
Well, with Steve Kerr and Jason Kidd both coming with no coaching experience over the last few seasons and also having success, I don't know, guys. Maybe we should throw our hat in the ring. But pretty impressive stuff.
That's not for me to do. I've already determined I don't want to coach for a paycheck, even if it is a big one.
And Drummond throws it down.
No doubt about it. He has done a ton to help his team, but he's going to have to do even more if they want to have a chance to get back in this one.
Iman Shumpert is checked in for LeBron. Love can't hit. You know, you look at the coaching success for both Jason Kidd and Steve Kerr, both with long playing careers, championship experience on their resumes. Steve, in fact, Clark even had some time in the front office with Phoenix.
And don't forget about his broadcasting career either, Kevin. I mean, I think in both cases, though, you look at these two guys, they were able to come in and have immediate credibility with their teams and their playing experience, part of their preparation for being coaches.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Mozgov, he's checked in for Tristan Thompson. And Channing Frye's subbed in for Kevin Love. Detroit also making some changes. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Drummond. Tolliver comes in for Morris. And it's Jody Meeks in for Caldwell-Pope. for three. Smith. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got 5 assists tonight.
You know, it's really hard not to notice the difference in the passing of these two teams today.
It's a stark discrepancy when you look at the assist columns and you see that difference as far as the fluidity in their respective offenses.
Matthew Dellavedova has checked in for Cleveland.
Oh my God, I just got that.
Both free throws good from Jackson. The Cavaliers leading by 11. Here's Fry. Smith the pass to Fry. Here's Dellavedova. 11 points in the game. And another 3 for Cleveland.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
Yeah, and they either have been unwilling or unable to take that shot away.
Johnson kicks to Meeks. The Pistons working the ball around now. Here's Smith. And the jam by J.R. Smith. He has a highlight reel unto himself, guys.
Yeah,
wow.
That could very well be a contender for Dunk of the Year and perhaps might make its way all over the internet.
I tell you what, that is the crowd pleaser of all crowd pleasers.
And Jackson gets it to go.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
Tries from 10. And there's Mozgov. That's good on the assist from Dellavedova. Dellavedova's got 4 assists now tonight. Johnson in the corner. Got a piece of it. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Mozgov.
Oh, nice play there to get a hand on that pass and tip it out of bounds.
Just a whisker away from coming up with the steal there.
Poked loose. Now the feed to Tolliver. 5 to shoot. Outside for Jackson. Here's Baines. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there. Earned those free throws.
He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. And here's Fry from the arc. And it would have counted had it fallen. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Cavaliers ahead, leading by 14. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Quicken Loans Arena. And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. Cleveland leading by 14. LeBron and Love are the talented pair at the forward position. Amon Shumpert is out there with Kyrie Irving. And it's Thompson in at the center position. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now. LeBron, that's a 2-pointer. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got 6 assists now in the game. And a chance now to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for Cleveland.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. There's been an attack mode on the defensive end.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
Cleveland's gone 7 of 15 from three-point range tonight. They're not afraid of that shot. James outside. Cranes it from beyond the arc. LeBron's got 10 points in just the second half.
The D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been of the three-point variety.
And you need the defense to stop the bleeding.
Jackson kicks to Drummond. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Drummond's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, you're making things far too easy for him when you let him get it that deep.
I echo that. Ditto. I mean, you got to do your work early to try to keep him out of the post. Fight him a little bit. Keep him away from that spot he wants.
And the Cavaliers call time here.
Yeah, you know what? I think he thinks he can make a few improvements to how things are going on right now.
Yeah, and you know, coaches always are looking for ways to tweak things and change it up a little bit, no matter what the situation is. That's what coaches do.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Thank you, Kevin. I got a chance to hear what the Cavaliers head coach was saying to his team. He wanted his guys to keep up the intensity, saying, if any of you think this game is over, you're wrong. We've got work to do. I don't want to see any letdown on the defensive end of the floor. Guys, let's watch how it plays out.
And the Cavaliers making a change here. Dellavedova's checked in.
That'll increase their rebound advantage. They've definitely been winning that battle on the boards.
You know what? No rebounds, no rings, and they've controlled the boards, and that's what's given them control of this game.
Now the pass to Morris. There's the dish to Blake. To the paint. Here's Drummond.
Tell you what, Kevin, they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
Clark, that deficit will go away quickly if he does.
And how about how he capped that one out? Almost like the 1-2 punch.
That's good.
He's got some serious momentum going right now. He's been great all day. Even last game, he was on fire.
Covered by Smith. Pass to Drummond. Pass to Blake. 6 on the shot clock. And it's Kevin Love with the foul. For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Shot clock at 5. Cannot hit. Good D by Thompson. The Cavaliers leading by 15. Dellavedova kicks to Love. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
One made three formed for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see.
Jody Meeks, he's checked in for the Pistons. Reggie Jackson comes in for Steve Blake. Meeks dishes to Morris. The Pistons working the ball around now. In the corner, it's James. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Dellavedova. 26 points for LeBron.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
Here's Drummond. Thompson with the rebound. Thompson's got his 6th rebound on the night.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for Cleveland.
Agreed, Steve. And guys, the fast break was run, I thought, beautifully all night by these guys. Clark, I think that was a big part of their success.
I love the way they scored fast break points tonight here. It was a key factor in coming out on top.
And when you look at the season for these guys, they have amassed a lot of wins, 57, and adding in tonight, it'll make it 58.
And when you look back at this one, what an amazing performance this was for LeBron James. Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in. And if it didn't, everyone was surprised.
And it's Love missing.
Nothing seems to be going down for him today.
Now Blake. He dishes it to Baines. Over in the corner, Meeks. Not enough on that one as it misses.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Once again off the mark by Cleveland.
And sometimes he can hit that deep three, but it's not a high percentage shot for him.
Yeah, even for him, that's out of his range.
Blake with it, working on Thompson. Tolliver for 3. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Thompson with it. Long deep. So we see the Cavaliers taking the win here. A confident win in one.
Yeah. Yeah. I realize this. I realize this. Respect this here. Check. I'm from where the hammer's rung, news cameras never come. You and your man's hung in every verse in your rhyme. Where the was slung, vanish every summer. Where the blue vans would come, we throw the work in the can and run. Where the plans were to get funded, skate up the set to achieve this goal quick. Faced with immeasurable odds, still I gave straight bets. Someone felt the most something and you nothing. Check. I'm from the other side where other guys don't walk too much. And girls from the projects went said we talk too much. So they ran up the time cause they thought them dudes to trust. I don't know what the they foul just like us. I'm from where the beef is inevitable, summertime's unforgettable. Boosters in abundance, buy half price sweater new. Your word was everything, so everything you said you do, you did it. Couldn't talk about it if you ain't living. I'm from where pull your car and argue all day about who's the best MCs, Biggie, Jay-Z and Nas. With Z-Ball and thugs are at odds. At each other's throats for the love of foreign cars. The catch cases, hoping to judge R&Rs. But most times find themselves locked up behind bars, that all. I'm from where they ball and breed rhyme stars. I'm from Marcy, son. Just thought I'd remind y'all. Cough up a lung where I'm from, Marcy, son. Ain't nothing nice in many places, but I'm Brooklyn's own. Cough up a lung where I'm from, Marcy, son. Ain't nothing nice in many places, but I'm Brooklyn's own. Cough up a lung where I'm from, Marcy, son. Ain't nothing nice in many places, but I'm Brooklyn's own. Cough up a lung where I'm from, Marcy, son. Ain't nothing nice.
So where you from?
I'm from the place where the church is the flakiest.
We'll be bringing you an interconference matchup in this one as the Spurs come into town. Welcome to what should be a great Saturday night for the NBA. With Brig Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter, Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. You look at Detroit.
Why you ain't change your damn jersey, man? How the hell I'm at home, but you gonna have a damn white? How I'm gonna be at home, man, and you got a white jersey, man?
Being losses, losing 3 in a row would
You
be
supposed to have a
real
different
tough
color
pill to swallow.
Cool, man. I don't play. Man. Hold that bullshit, man. Get the play.
Welcome, everyone, and what a game we have for you tonight as we get set to bring you NBA action on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. And joining us in a bit later from the sidelines, Doris Burke. After this game, the Bucks head back out on the road. Their last meeting was in Detroit, where they were unable to fight off the Pistons.
Just looking at the stat sheet, they gave far too many free throws away in that game. Maybe it was the noise in the building or something, but they really looked rattled.
Well, Greg, I don't know if it was the biggest reason for that loss, but all of those misses from the stripe clearly had an impact on that game.
And now the opening lineup for Detroit. Andre Drummond is out there with Marcus Morris. Then there's Reggie Jackson. Then there's Harris. And it's Detroit's ball. Tough loss coming against Cleveland in their last game played.
That was a difficult one for them to drop. A close game throughout, and an opponent that they're going to beat more often than not.
Well, it was self-inflicted, plain and simple. I mean, they just didn't play up to their ability, and it's cost them.
3-on-3. Here's Parker. Out to Monroe. Bayless the pass to Parker. And he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call.
And Detroit with a 32-50 record last season. They didn't have any help from the schedule. They had a total of 22 back-to-back series on the year, tied for most in the league.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Detroit needs to get off a shot. Drummond. And he jams it with authority.
Kevin, I tell you what, when he gets to the rim like that, he's really hard to stop.
Yeah, he can get up a few notches higher, there's no doubt.
And that's how the game is played on the inside. You can play over the top. You've got a great advantage.
Greg, as you just said, the Pistons had a ton of back-to-back games. 44 were part of their back-to-backs, over half their schedule. Clark, they went 15-29 in those games.
And that's part of the reason why the NBA wanted to examine the schedule. I mean, it was a tough year for the Pistons. It's hard to get any momentum when you're playing that many back-to-backs.
And I tell you what, nobody willing to put a stop to that slam.
Yeah, Greg, for the defense, that was a case of stand back, watch the show, buckle up.
And I don't blame them. They weren't going to be able to do anything about that one anyway, so discretion, the better part of valor there. They are really doing a nice job establishing a presence inside early.
And watch, Clark, how the game plays out, because this is going to open things up on the perimeter.
Morris kicks to Jackson. Hits it from three-point range.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
Here's Parker. And the shot is long. The Pistons leading. And here's Jackson. Scoring-wise, he's definitely making his mark. Right now, he's averaging about 19 points a game. Morris outside. They get it again. Stolen by Monroe. And it's the Bucks on the break. Here's Antetokounmpo. And that one is good with the extra effort on the glass. Antetokounmpo's got his second bucket of the night. The dish now to Drummond. Morris passes to Jackson. Back to Morris. To the paint. Here's Drummond. No good. Now the Bucks take it the other way. Defeated by the Pacers in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
Yeah, but they didn't roll over in that game. Had a good chance still to pull out the victory. Just couldn't come through in crunch time.
Greg, I thought it was a solid effort from them all the way around. I mean, but as you and I know, moral victories are kind of empty consolation prizes. A loss is a loss.
Here's what Milwaukee's going with right now. John Enson's checked in for Monroe. Mayo comes in for Chris Middleton. And it's Carter Williams in for Jared Bayless. Goes up on the wing.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Here's Carter Williams. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. It's Parker with the drive. And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Parker. There's 14 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Jackson kicks to Baines. Got it off in time. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
Nice shot there without a second to spare.
You know, as a defending team in that situation, it really irks you to give up a shot like that to close out the quarter. You know, oftentimes those end-of-quarter points can be the difference in a ball game.
And now your Milwaukee Bucks dancers.
Well, it's been a tight one so far as we get the second quarter going back here. And guys, what's your take on the Pistons so far?
You know, it's been about how solid they've been offense with one another.
Good ball movement, and it's paid off on the scoreboard.
The Bucks trail. On the floor for Detroit. Jackson is out there with Jody Meeks. Then it's Johnson. And there's Anthony Tolliver. And it's Baines in at the center. Meeks with it. Now Mayo defending. And now Carter Williams pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
Wow, the floor just really opened up for him on that possession.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for good offense, but that was just a terrible reaction from the defense.
Now here's Jackson. Baines dishes to Jackson. And he gets the bucket. Jackson's got the lead back up to 2 now for the Pistons.
And another lead change here. How many of these are we going to have tonight?
I'm not quite sure, but I'm willing to bet it'll be more than a few.
That's his first personal foul.
And Jason Kidd has seen a lot of things in his first few years of coaching. Already changed teams once and had some personnel issues, but you cannot deny that he knows how to get the most out of his team.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Greg Monroe. He's checked in for Miles Plumlee. Chris Middleton comes in for Antetokounmpo. And it's Vasquez in for O.J. Mayo. Pass to Tolliver. Pulls up from the corner. That one's off. He starts the game with a miss. Middleton for 3. Rebounded by the Pistons. And with Kidd, the result.
I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is the 2 points, not the dramatic.
Oh, come on, Clark. He had to go for it, didn't he?
Yeah, but hey. He's an athlete, and I can't fault him for that one. Although, if he missed it, I might have.
Assist from
solid on the one-hand throw down there.
You know, Clark, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Yep.
Yeah, and one reason why I just don't know that I've ever seen him miss a play like that. And I think taking a time here to talk things over is a smart idea.
One of the things you want to do is make sure everybody is clearly on the same page with the game plan. And sometimes you need a timeout to make sure that's the case.
And the Pistons decide to take their first timeout right here. And the Bucks with some changes. Parker comes in for John Henson. And Jared Bayless subbed in for Carter Williams. And then for Detroit, Andre Drummond's checked in for Aaron Baines. Tobias Harris comes in for Anthony Tolliver. And it's Johnson in for Jody Meeks. Clock at 6. They set the screen. Back to Harris. Craig Monroe with the rebound. Bucks have gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. Feeds it to Vasquez. The pass to Bayless. Offensive rebound, Bucks. And it's sent back by Drummond. And it's out of bounds to the Bucks as Milwaukee retains possession. So it's Detroit now. Now about 3 minutes gone in this second quarter of basketball. On the wing, Harris. Outside Jackson. Back to Harris. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. The Bucks shooting around 43% from the floor in the second quarter. Vasquez passes to Parker. And the powerful one-handed slam.
Rising high to throw that one down.
Sky high. Fantastic one-hand jam.
Nice way there, guys, to finish up that possession.
Vasquez kicks to Parker. That falls. Great assist by Vasquez. And it's a 4-point Milwaukee lead. And, well, Detroit shooting an outstanding 53% for the game. This is to Drummond. .107 left here in the second. Missed the shot. He's made 3 and missed 3 from the field. That's good. And it's 6 points for Parker.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
I think they've really got to start committing more bodies down low and really kind of close that area off defensively.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over.
Yeah, you can see they gave up a lot of points here in this run, and he just wants to break the momentum before this thing gets out of hand.
And, you know, that's a huge part of a coach's job, making sure you keep your guys in the best position possible at all times. So I like this timeout.
A different look for Milwaukee. Miles Plumlee's checked in for Monroe. Antetokounmpo comes in for Chris Middleton. And it's Mayo in for Vasquez. Here's Blake. There's 47 seconds left in the first half. Here's Baines. Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas.
Clock management. This is where they can get a 2-for-1.
And, Kevin, every opportunity counts.
To the right side. Here's Parker. Plumlee trying to break loose. Parker's shot is off. Johnson with it. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Blake dishes to Morris. Just 4 to shoot. Out of bounds. Milwaukee takes possession.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
It's stolen by Johnson. It'll count. No good on the buzzer beater. And the first half comes to a close. We've got a close game going on here. Bucks ahead, up 3. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half. And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters. The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. Milwaukee leading by 3. Filling out the wings, it's Middleton and Antetokounmpo. Craig Monroe is up there with Jabari Parker. And it's Bayless in a point. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Jason Kidd. Outside Jackson. And they double up Jackson. Defended by Middleton. A 3 from Morris. Shot's good. Morris has got it going here in the start of the second half. The first points in the third quarter for the Pistons. And Bayless kicks to Monroe. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession.
Here's a chance to take a look at the Pistons and how they rank in the NBA right now. Second in rebounding. Third in second chance points. And they're in the top 10 in fewest turnovers per game. And they really do emphasize taking care of the ball.
And guys, you can't say enough about how well they've rebounded. So often it's swung the possession battle in their favor, and that's really had a huge impact.
Jackson kicks to Drummond. Pistons passing it around. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
Right back to the basics there, using the one-hand slam for that one.
Doesn't he make the basics look pretty exceptional?
Yeah, he does. They look sweet when he does them.
And he better stay with those basics because this game is still yet to be determined.
Now a timeout called by Detroit.
You know, I think he just wants to tinker with the game plan a little bit. And I think that's a wise timeout.
And part of it, too, Greg, was he saw some things going on out there that he didn't care for.
A different look here for Detroit. Anthony Tolliver. He's checked in for Marcus Morris. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope comes in for Tobias Harris. And Steve Blake is subbed in for Jackson. Kicks it to Drummond. Rebound by Monroe. Monroe's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Middleton. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. Andre Drummond picks one up. The Bucks have yet to miss from the free throw line. They're 3 for 3.
2 shots.
And that one falls for Middleton. Milwaukee making a switch here. Henson's checked in. Middleton hits them both.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
The Pistons trail it. Down low. Drummond. And he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
His performance today has just been so important. What a luxury to have a guy that's that dependable.
And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
And he makes the first. Vasquez, he's checked in for Milwaukee. Michael Carter-Williams comes in for Jared Bayless. Good on both. The Bucks have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. And it's Antetokounmpo penetrating. Comes up empty down low.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
To the left side wing. Antetokounmpo defending. Pass to Blake. 6 on the shot clock. From 11 feet away. And Andre Drummond, the bucket on the assist by Caldwell Pope. That's 12 points here for Drummond.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
So it's Detroit now. Chris Middleton unable to get his last shot to go. Blake kicks to Tolliver.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that.
It'll go, and the Detroit lead is cut down to just 4 points with the buckets from Carter Williams.
I love how he establishes his post position inside before he converts.
Now here's Drummond. He's got 12. Caldwell Pope kicks to Tolliver. Let's go. Milwaukee with the rebound.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
And how about the execution on that play? The screen was set up in exactly the right spot.
And the finish wasn't too bad either.
Perfectly designed and perfectly executed.
And bullseye with that assist. Nice delivery there in traffic.
Middleton inside the three-point line. The basket good off the assist from Carter Williams. The Pistons have gone 6 of 9 from the floor here in the second half. They've got to be happy with that. The feed to Tolliver. Blake passes to Drummond. Antetokounmpo on the double team. It's tipped. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. That misses. Had a chance to tie it there.
You know, just a little too fancy on that play.
Well, you don't want to force any play, but particularly the alley-oop. You'd like to try that when it's wide open.
Offensive rebound. And he hits it to tie the game up. Antetokounmpo's got 8.
Some big points there. I mean, they got him on a nice play to get the ball right to the bucket.
And exactly what they're looking for down the stretch, Clark. Just more of the same.
There's no getting around the simple fact that that's a shot he has to knock down.
Tie game in Milwaukee. Yeah. Thanks for joining us again as we get set for the fourth quarter. A terrific game so far. And, well, Detroit shooting at 52% from the field. They're clicking. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the fourth quarter. On the floor for Detroit, Marcus Morris is out there with Aaron Baines. Then it's Jody Meeks. Then there's Jackson. And it's Harris in at the 3.
Defensively, they can't afford to back off of him that much. You don't want to be giving up easy threes, especially at this stage of the game.
On 3 of 4 from long range in the game. Passes it to Baines. Here's Morris. Good work defensively by Monroe. And the Bucks, they're shooting 47%, pretty solid. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. And the Bucks lead by 2.
And this has really been a well-played game up to this point. And you know what? I bet it stays that way until the end.
I certainly hope so. I mean, it's been a terrific contest, and there's nothing like a pair of teams just balling out the way they have been.
5 on the clock. Back to Jackson. From the arc. Again, the miss by Jackson. And it's Milwaukee's ball. Mayo dishing to Bayless. He's looking for Monroe and finds it. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Explosive leaping ability.
Oh, that was pretty, and he just has that effortless knack for getting inside.
And guys, how about how fearsome he is at times? I mean, you'd hate to be the guy tasked with guarding him.
And with that, the Bucks lead is cut down to just 2 points on the bucket from Tobias Harris. Here's Antetokounmpo, and that one goes long. The Pistons have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter.
Big time bucket there, and you can expect to see him stay very involved the rest of the way.
For Milwaukee, they've gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. The shot's good from Bayless.
Big shot. As soon as he got an opening, boy, did he let it fly.
The dish to Jackson. And here's Morris for 3. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Jackson's got 4 assists now tonight. Now here's Antetokounmpo. And Bayless kicks to Parker. And another basket for Milwaukee. Boy, right down to the wire here, Clark. Still anyone's ball game.
Both teams really invested now. I mean, this is the type of game you love to win, and you hate to lose it.
Yeah, and after all the energy both sides have expended, both teams still hungry for the win.
Right back to the basics there, using the one-hand slam for that one.
Doesn't he make the basics look pretty exceptional?
Yeah, he does. They look sweet when he does it.
And they better stay with those basics, because this game is still yet to be determined. You know, I think he just wants to tinker with the game plan a little bit, and I think that's a wise timeout.
And part of it, too, Greg, was he saw some things going on out there that he didn't care for.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. They're trailing by 1. 1:33 left here in the fourth quarter. Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Over that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Stan Van Gundy said to the team. He talked mainly about giving them a different look defensively and dropping more bodies into the paint, saying, listen, they're eating us up on the inside, and we need to do whatever it takes to stop it. Guys, back to you.
And the Bucks making a change here. Middleton's checked in. And there's the 3-second violation.
And you can tolerate gaffes like that sometimes, but in a close game, man, I tell you what, that really hurts.
And the call will be against Steve Blake. And Bayless kicks to Antetokounmpo. Picked his pocket.
He went a decent amount of time before his first turnover there. It's really been a good, safe stretch of basketball from him to this point.
And what's your take, guys, on the hustle stats for Detroit?
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
Another part of their game that's made a difference tonight is all the second chance points they've been able to get.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. They trailed by 1. 1:10 left in the fourth quarter. Reggie Jackson's checked in for Detroit. .110 left in the fourth quarter. And the dunk by Parker.
This guy is a high flyer. I mean, especially for a power forward, and he needs to be as an undersized player.
Now here's Jackson. Out left to the wing. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. Here's Bayless. Money! And an important part of every team's game. We'll look at the hustle stats for the Bucks.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ball game.
Yeah, but also, they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long.
Johnson, good.
Clutch shot right there. That could be the difference maker.
Indeed, it might be a big, huge moment in this game right there. Big time finish, emphatic.
He hangs on the rim, too, just for good measure.
Yeah, but guys, nothing wrong with a little bit of showboating every now and then.
And he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call.
I mean, you've got to have more awareness on the floor and not make those kinds of errors.
Yeah, brain fade, brain neutral error, and those will cost you.
The shot and game clock separated by 4. It's Drummond with the drive. Yes!
Oh, man, what a turnaround. Sensational play on D, and then the rapid-fire run to the basket.
Craig, they didn't wait around, did they? They went right for the throat.
Guys, this is crunch time now. When you got a chance to capitalize on the turnover, you've got to take it and make it.
Poked loose. Johnson, the pass to Drummond. Here's Caldwell Pope. Good.
This team really feeds off of one another in terms of their energy.
Perhaps, Greg, some type of motivational speech at halftime got both of these teams fired up.
By Detroit in a tight game. They break the hearts of every fan in the building. Late victory.
And Kevin, this is the kind of win you have to take a ton of pride in. I mean, they battled with everything they had and came through when the pressure was at its highest.
That's it, folks. The NBA regular season is in the books. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for tuning in. And we send you now over to Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith. Welcome to 2K Sports Live Saturday night coverage of the NBA. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. And for the Detroit Pistons, they come into tonight's game after the loss to the Cleveland Cavaliers. That one was real close, too. They lost by just 2 points.
And really, had they just shot their average from the free throw line in that game, I think that probably changes the outcome.
No doubt. I mean, because there is a carryover effect when you're not having success at the line.
We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. On the court for the Pistons, they've got Jackson. Andre Drummond is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Johnson. Just 5 on the clock. Drummond. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
Curry can't get it to go. And the Pistons with possession here. There's the pass to Drummond. To the middle. And it's Harrison Barnes with the foul. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul.
Jackson kicks to Johnson. Detroit needs to get off a shot. Morris, no good.
The defense better not make a habit of giving him that shot. I mean, he doesn't miss many of them.
From deep. Detroit with the rebound.
And sometimes we all just want to show people that we have the range.
Yeah, you speaking from experience? We already know how good his range is. He shouldn't be firing from that deep.
And Detroit was a 32-50 record last season. They didn't have any help from the schedule. They had a total of 22 back-to-back series on the year, tied for most in the league.
He kicks to Johnson. Jackson passes to Drummond. Back to Jackson. Pass to Morris. The dish now to Drummond. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
Kevin, here's where the Warriors rank in the NBA over the last month. First in scoring. First in assists. And they're also ranked number 2 in scoring points in transition. This is a team that really pushes the ball ahead and tries to score before the defense gets set.
And you go back to their offense, the most explosive in the league. I mean, everyone talks about the great offense beating great defenses. And I tell you what, they make it difficult to hang with them.
Down low. The 3 from Johnson. They get the rebound. And Drummond throws it down.
And great effort on the boards, and what a mean that was, Kevin. I mean, you just will not see him ever quit on a play.
That guy is a handful. You've got to have a body on him, Clark, at all times.
And you know what? Sometimes that's not even enough. He'll go around, over, or through you to get to the pumpkin.
Jackson dishes to Morris. It's Drummond with the drive.
Grown man's power flush with the long hang on the rim at the end of it.
Clark, that could be a catalyst for him.
I think you're right.
And we've seen those kinds of plays to get them fired up in the past.
Out of bounds, Detroit takes possession.
Man, I don't know what happened right there. He just basically walked out of bounds.
And the Warriors with some changes. Spates checked in for Bogut. Iguodala comes in for Harrison Barnes. And it's Livingston in for Steph Curry. Stolen by Thompson. Here is Livingston, guarded by Harris. Livingston, no luck. Pistons trailed by 5. Outside, Meeks. And again, it's the Pistons missing.
Not good shot selection. Long range and the defender all up in your jersey.
And, you know, that's just the kind of defensive work he's known for. I mean, he can take that shot away from you and does it more times than not.
Here's Jackson after the made shot from Andre Iguodala. Tolliver for three. Draymond Green pulls it in. Warriors leading by 7. The drive by Iguodala. That's a miss. He's made one and missed one. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock.
Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's why we and they always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. He makes it look fun and easy.
Passes it to Livingston. Thompson for the triple. Another three for Golden State.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Lets it go with a three. And Harris gets it to go on the assist by Jackson.
The rapid-fire threes coming from everywhere.
Yeah, I'm not sure of the quality of that three-point shot attempt right there, going at it the way they did, but it all worked out for them.
And we reached the end of the first quarter. Warriors ahead, leading by 5. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
They've definitely had a hot hand from three-point range. Always nice to get off to a good start.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
We got Rush. Iguodala out there with Festus Ezeli. Then there's Barbosa. And it's Curry in at the point guard position. That's the group for the Golden State Warriors to start the second quarter. Shot on the wing.
And if the shot's not there, you've got to understand that. Move the basketball.
Yeah, exactly, and I'm not quite sure what his mindset or what he was thinking there. I mean, that was just a terrible shot.
No hesitation at all right there. Just right up against a much bigger defender.
Man, and I love that fearlessness, that aggressive attitude. Boy, I love watching guys play with that kind of abandon and freedom, Greg. It's a beautiful thing, man.
6 on the shot clock. Morris kicks to Meeks. Off target from outside.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
It's Curry outside. That's good, and he's now 3 for 4 from the field.
And just a little bit ragged defensively there, Clark. Cannot be happy with how things have gone during this run. I think it's a good decision to take a break.
Yeah, I agree with you, Greg. I mean, he had to do something. They're getting buffaloed and beat up. He couldn't let that continue. He had to call the timeout there.
And now the first timeout called here for Detroit. Here. Barnes is checked in. Detroit also making some changes. Anthony Tolliver. He's checked in for Marcus Morris. And Steve Blake is subbed in for Jody Meeks. Here's Blake. Drummond with a screen on Curry. Kicks it to Tolliver. Johnson in the corner. And he's good on the 3 ball.
That was simply a defensive breakdown there, Kevin. He was all alone for that shot. It was a warm-up jumper.
They double-team Curry. Rush the pass to Ezeli. Outside Curry. for his 4th field goal of the game on just 5 shots.
Dead-eye shooting from them this quarter.
And you know what? The frustration for the defense is mounting because it seems like they can't miss out there.
Now here's Drummond. Stolen by Barbosa. Here's Curry with the 3. The shot no good. The Pistons go the other way with it. Their last encounter was in Detroit.
You know, they played well enough to win, but to be honest with you, I just felt like their opponent's defensive performance was shaky at best.
Yeah, I'd go along with that, Greg. I mean, the game wasn't handed to them, but they definitely didn't have to work as hard for it as they should have. Well, you know, last season, Steve Kerr came into a good situation, but a touch awkward. The team wasn't 100% on board with the firing of the previous coach, but he won them over in a hurry.
Detroit with the rebound. About 3 minutes played so far in the second quarter. Covered by Barbosa. The shot will not go. And Golden State will go the other way with it. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Greg, Steve Kerr did win over the locker room in a hurry last season. They had finished a successful run under Mark Jackson. Winning accelerates everything. They certainly bought into it.
They really did. And people don't often appreciate how difficult it is to come into a situation where expectations are that high. But he also went out of his way to empower his players and really give them some accountability. Didn't try to hide anyone on defense and played to the strengths of his team on the offensive end.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here. They want to keep rolling here following the win against the Thunder.
And in that game, they did damage in a variety of ways. They were more or less unstoppable offensively.
Showed off all of their weapons and resources at that end of the floor. Really just put on a marvelous show.
Different look here for the Warriors. Andrew Bogut, he's checked in for Azili. Draymond Green comes in for Brandon Rush. Thompson, he's checked in for Leandro Barbosa. And it's Livingston in for Curry. Out of bounds, Detroit takes possession.
Here's a chance to take a look at the Pistons and how they rank in the NBA right now. Second in rebounding, third in second chance points, and they're in the top 10 in fewest turnovers per game. And they really do emphasize taking care of the ball.
And guys, you can't say enough about how well they've rebounded. So often, it's swung the possession battle in their favor, and that's really had a huge impact.
Here's Baines. Nice D from Bogut.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
They've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball into the paint.
Clearly, they've been the aggressors thus far when it comes to attacking the interior in this first half.
Feeds it to Jackson. Pass to Dinwiddie. To the inside. Baines. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
Great ball movement.
Floats one. That's a miss. He's made one and missed one. Jackson kicks to Tolliver. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. And now it's just a 4-point Warrior lead.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing.
On the wing, Jackson. Now the pass to Dinwiddie. Tolliver for three. And another three for Detroit.
A nice run they put together here to bring it a little closer.
Yeah, they got hot And I didn't think I'd be saying this a little while ago, but now this game's up for grabs.
Game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. Warriors lead by 1. Time now for the halftime break, with the third quarter soon to follow right here on 2K Sports. Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half. One guy who's been getting it done so far, Stephen Curry.
How about the magic touch he had on display there in that first half in terms of finding his teammates? Just a plethora of assists.
Plethora, you're going deep into that dictionary of yours, man. It's not a common occurrence with this guy, though. Typically, he's more of a finisher, but that's not been the case in this one.
Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third. One guy who's been getting it done so far, Stephen Curry.
And in terms of points in that first half, you know, he's now at a point where we expect him to perform that way.
And, Greg, that tells you all you need to know about what a talent he is. I mean, I'll bet he adds a lot more to his totals after the break.
And Detroit looking at who they've got. Marcus Morris is out there with Johnson. Then there's Andre Drummond. Then there's Jackson. Here's Jackson. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Shot clock at 5. Here's Drummond. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. This is his first trip to the line tonight. No good on that one. And he misses the second one as well, so he is 0 for 2 that time. And so the ball out of bounds. Bogut touched it last. And now, here are the teams that have heated up offensively in the season's second half. The Warriors, number 1.
Kevin, the writing is on the wall, and it's time to get serious. This team has been putting up big numbers. Nothing can give a team focus like the realization at the end of the season is fast approaching.
Now here's Drummond. Back to Jackson. To the middle. Here's Morris. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Morris has got it going here in the start of the second half. The first points in the third quarter for the Pistons. And it's Green missing.
A really good rebound in traffic. That's what the big fella's there for.
They set the pick. The feed to Drummond. Dishes it to Morris. Barnes grabs the miss.
All the defender had to do there was just stay close to him, and he did.
Start it.
Detroit calls timeout.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over.
Put your hands together for your Warriors girls.
Andre Iguodala. He's checked in for Golden State. And Detroit with a change here, too. Tolliver's checked in. Right around a minute and a half played here in the third quarter. Bogut against Drummond. The inside runner. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect. Warriors trailed by 3. Here's Green. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
How about that one? Able to maintain control and finish the play.
Yeah, we call that playing through the whistle. You know, he didn't give up on it when he heard the whistle. He kept his focus, his concentration, and he found a way to get the shot up and down.
Number 6.
Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
Yeah, I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas.
Curry outside. Good D by Johnson.
1 for 4 from the field since halftime. They're having a tough time getting it going here.
Back to Drummond. The Pistons working the ball around now. The second chance effort. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
Thompson dishes to Curry. Tries it from the top of the key. And Thompson kicks to Bogut. It's Curry outside. It's Drummond with the rebound. Drummond's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
It just hasn't been a very good day for him, guys. They need him to start burying some of those.
Number 6.
That's good. And the Pistons lead by 6. Timeout called the Warriors. Ezeli's checked in for Golden State. Livingston comes in for Steph Curry. Detroit also making some changes. Tobias Harris is checked in for Tolliver. Spencer Dinwiddie comes in for Johnson. And Steve Blake is subbed in for Reggie Jackson. Offensive rebound.
And you know what? That's one of those heat checks if he's taking shots like that.
Yeah, heat check or not, I don't care how hot he may or may not be. He's not making that one.
Harris outside. Shot clock at 6. And the rebound goes to the Warriors.
Oh, tough D on the inside.
It sure was, Greg. No easy access to the basket when that fella's in the middle.
Thompson for the triple. Again, the miss by Thompson.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
And, guys, you know that rebounding is a huge part, a huge component of winning games. It's not a glamour stat, but it's necessary if you're going to be a winning team.
And it's Drummond with the jam.
He is one guy you do not stand in the way of when he decides to attack the rim.
Again, the miss by Thompson.
The mechanics totally out of whack right now. He's lost his feel for the shot.
Yeah, he really has. I mean, just totally out of sync. I mean, you can just see it in the numbers. Nothing going down for him right now.
Yeah, how about the purpose with which he's crashing the backboards right now? Some hard-earned second chance points.
The Pistons shooting their 5th attempt at the line in the game.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Pass to Blake. And here is Drummond. 15 points in the game. Out of bounds. Pistons ball as Detroit keeps possession.
Welcome fans to the FIBA World Tournament.
9 seconds left to play in the third. The Pistons shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight. And he knocks down the first one. And so Meeks nails both of them. Curry. How did he hit that shot?
I don't believe what I just saw right there, Kev.
Out of bounds.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
With 1 on the clock, he squares up and sinks it. Curry's got 16 points.
He's got some serious momentum going right now. He's been great all day. Even last game, he was on fire.
And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Pistons ahead. They're up by 7. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the 4th quarter of action when we return. The 4th quarter just moments away now as we welcome you back. Now Jackson. Harrison Barnes is out there with Bogut. Then it's Curry. Then there's Maurice Spates. And it's Clark in at the 2. So that's the group out there for Golden State. Curry kicks to Clark. Beyond the arc. And the Warriors get it back. Spates the pass to Curry. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
Hard work on the glass once again, fellas. They put a lot of effort into their rebound.
There's a reason why they have 3 seconds in the lane, and that interior play has made a big difference in this game.
So gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
They're really doing a good job working hard to get inside and draw contact, a little more so than they did in the first half.
And defensively, if you're trying to battle back, you can't keep sending them to the line.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Draymond Green, who's checked in for Spates. Thompson comes in for Ian Clark. And it's Livingston in for Steph Curry. Thompson for the triple. And the Warriors miss again.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
To the paint. Here's Baines. And he dunks it down.
Well, he's an undersized center, but he more than makes up for it with some serious leaping ability.
Now a timeout called by Golden State.
Way too many shots in close, and he's got to get his guys to cut that down in terms of points in the paint.
Clearly the reason for the timeout, Greg. I mean, he wants his guys to toughen up inside and start protecting the rim.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Kevin, I was able to listen in on what Steve Kerr was going over with his team. He didn't exactly take it easy on them, saying, how much do you want it? Don't tell me. Show me out there. We have to play better. We have to play harder if we're going to come back. Guys?
Catching up on the changes for Golden State. Azili's checked in for Draymond Green. Iguodala comes in for Barnes. And Curry subbed in for Sean Livingston. Just 4 to shoot. Harris. There's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. It's Curry outside. That drops. Curry's got 19 points.
He's really picked up where he left off in the first.
The dish to Harris. And a big-time jam right there.
Good, just like soup. A little more ferocious, though.
Okay, Clark approves, everybody.
Yeah, but that's how you finish strong. Young fella's wearing the rim out.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over.
Yeah, saw some things that just weren't working for them and wants to make some adjustments.
Yeah, and no reason to wait around to do that, Greg. I mean, might as well make those adjustments right away.
And the Warriors with some changes. Draymond Green comes in for Festus Ezeli, and it's Harrison Barnes in for Andre Iguodala. Now here's Jackson. Covered by Barnes. On the wing, Harris. He feeds it to Drummond. Back to Harris. He dishes it to Jackson. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. A different look here for Detroit. Marcus Morris is checked in for Tolliver. And it's Johnson in for Tobias Harris. We're in the final quarter of play here. 3 minutes in. Inside. Thompson dishes to Curry. Misses the three.
And really credit their advantage on the backcourt. That's where the lead has been built, and that's why they are in control.
Greg, simply controlling the glass. I mean, plus 10 is the advantage in rebounds right now.
And here's Morris for three. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. In a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for Detroit.
Boy, their passing has been picturesque. A thing of beauty in both halves. More than a few of their baskets have come off assists.
Yeah, but also give them credit for the layups they've had tonight after strong drives to the basket.
On its way from Curry for 2. And good, he nails it. Curry's got 12 points in just the second half.
Looked like he was trying to go for a degree of difficulty points on that shot.
To the paint. It's good for his 8th consecutive basket in only 8 tries. Wow.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from inside the paint area.
There's got to be a wall of defense when it comes to attacking the paint. Plain and simple.
And Green slams it in.
You know, there are a lot of bigger power forwards than him in the NBA, but very few that rise up like he can.
Detroit leading by 6. Johnson in the corner. 3-pointer. And Drummond kicks to Johnson. It's Jackson with the drive. And here's Morris for 3. Offensive rebound. And it's Drummond with the jam.
You just no let up, guys. They just keep coming at you.
Well, this lead is too big to overcome. I'm going out on the limb right now. There's just not enough time left on the clock to make up the ground they have to make up.
Now Johnson. After the missed 3 from Stephen Curry. And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall.
Taking 2 shots.
He's able to hit the second one, and that will put them up by 9.
Boy, his hands weren't the steadiest at the line that time, but that was all they needed to put a cap on this one.
Curry with another miss.
And maybe, you know, he thinks he can shoot himself out of the cold spell, but I don't think that's the case. Maybe somebody want to tell him to ease up off the threes.
And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense.
At the line for
And the technical free throw is good.
And that's exactly how you close a game out. Those free throws will bury them for sure.
Five seconds left in the fourth quarter. Stolen away. And so it's the Pistons taking care of business here. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
And that about does it for the final game of the NBA regular season. This is Kevin Harlan.
Hey, boy, up on the land till I die, till I die, on the east side till I die, till I die, rocking that wine and gold till I die, till I die, in the hood I'm good till I die, CLE till I die, everywhere I gon' putting on, putting on, putting on, everywhere I gon' putting on, putting on, putting on, everywhere I gon' putting on. Putting on, putting on. Everywhere I gon' putting on. Putting on. What you want? Step under the court like 2-3. I was made for the game like Kyrie. Representing for the city, I be. In the land is where you gon' find me. Courtside at the Q and the flow seat. Everybody in the team me. Green bills, y'all know it's the green season. Catch me only at the short seat. Whipping with the hot sauce like I'm street leaguing. L1 though, on the flow going up though. 3 points to the dunk though. Me and Shove though. My city, been turned up from the jump though. Boy, up on the land till I die. Till I die. On the east side till I die. Till I die. Rocking that wine and gold till I die. Till I die. In the hood I'm good till I die. CLE till I die. Everywhere I gon' putting on. Putting on, putting on. Everywhere I gon' putting on. Putting on, putting on. Everywhere I gon' putting on. Putting on, putting on. Everywhere I gon' putting on. Putting on. What you want?
This is 2K Sports broadcasting from Portland, Oregon, as the Trailblazers take it to the hardwood. For the Portland Trailblazers, they come in off a loss to Golden State in Oakland. And that's one they'd like to have back. A little more focus would have been enough. Just a 4-point loss.
Yeah, their defense got sliced and diced in that game. They just weren't closing down on perimeter shooters, not nearly quick enough. And then they gave up their fair share of those point-blank shots on the interior as well.
Something was clearly amiss for them, Greg. I mean, to let an opponent shoot that high a percentage, you got to take a real long look in the mirror after a game like that.
And now the opening lineup for Detroit. Marcus Morris is out there with Johnson. Then there's Jackson. Then there's Andre Drummond. And Harkless slams it in.
And I like how he puts himself in position there to finish on the break.
Yeah, you know, that's what we call seeing and feeling the game. Excellent read of how that play was going to develop and where the ball was going. That's stuff that you oftentimes can't teach, Greg.
Clock at 6. Inside. The stupendous finish in traffic.
Crisp pass into the paint.
On defense, Detroit. Tough loss coming against Cleveland in their last game played.
They played well enough to win that game. It really could have gone either way.
Yeah, you've got to play the entire 4 quarters. I mean, they played well for 3.5 quarters, and that's just not enough. You can't expect to win if you don't play a full game.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Here's Johnson. They get it again. In the corner, it's Morris. To the inside. Here's Drummond. Now in the scoring column with that deuce. 1 for 2 this game.
And Detroit with a 32-50 record last season. They didn't have any help from the schedule. They had a total of 22 back-to-back series on the year, tied for most in the league.
The Pistons have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Jackson kicks to Drummond. He is guarded by McCollum. Shot clock at 5. And it's sent back by Plumlee. And here we go. McCollum's got it. The fast break chance. And it's out of bounds to Portland. They'll retain possession. Tobias Harris is checked in for Johnson. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. And the basket by Lillard.
And really, how about the quick release on that triple there, because he's given up a lot of height in that matchup.
Right on target you are, Greg. I mean, the quick release is what made the difference there. Any hesitation, and that shot is being blocked.
And it's Drummond missing. Portland leading. And McCollum with the slam.
Boy, he is such a ridiculous dunker.
High riser, no doubt about it.
Goodness, I mean, you come to expect plays like that from him, and folks, that never gets old.
And he gets it to go. Drummond's got his second basket.
They are really doing a nice job establishing a presence inside early.
And watch, Clark, how the game plays out, because this is going to open things up on the perimeter. And he placed that pass out in front of him and let him just run into it in rhythm.
Drummond a screen. And he comes off the screen and slams it through.
Really good awareness right there on the assist.
Yeah, saw some things that just weren't working for them and wants to make some adjustments.
Yeah, and no reason to wait around to do that, Greg. I mean, you might as well make those adjustments right away.
So timeout called here, the first for Portland. Their last meeting was in Detroit, where they were unable to fight off the Pistons.
And that was an ugly loss for them last time playing these guys. And really, the rebounding differential was the key.
They got worked over on the boards. That's about as plain as I can put it. You can't leave your teammates on an island down there. You need everybody going to the glass.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Davis is checked in for Plumlee. Myers Leonard comes in for Al-Farouq Aminu. Gerald Henderson, he's checked in for Harkless. And it's Alan Crabb in for C.J. McCollum. Now here's Leonard. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Gentlemen, here's a chance to take a look at the Pistons and how they rank in the NBA right now. Second in rebounding. Third in second chance points. And they're in the top 10 in fewest turnovers per game. And they really do emphasize taking care of the ball.
And guys, you can't say enough about how well they've rebounded. So often, it's swung the possession battle in their favor, and that's really had a huge impact.
Portland's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Trailblazers moving the ball around. And the basket by Lillard.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
Blake with it. Lillard picks him up. It's stolen by Davis. And it's the Trailblazers on the break of that jam. I mean, just beautiful.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now.
Clark, there is a swagger out here on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
That's right.
I tell you what, I used to love to go up and jam like that.
And then Lillard slams it in.
Now this is just getting ridiculous. They can't possibly keep this up.
Can't remember the last time they missed one. Remarkable shooting here.
Baines inside. Blanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup. Baines has got his first 2 points of the night. The basket's coming early and often in the first quarter. It's the Trailblazers as they wrap up the first quarter on a 15-6 run. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Trailblazers.
It looks like they're ready to run, fellas. I mean, they haven't hesitated at all to get out on the break so far.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnover.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the floor for Detroit, we've got Johnson. Andre Drummond is out there with Marcus Morris. Then there's Reggie Jackson. The dish to Drummond. Jackson kicks to Johnson. Morris outside to the middle. Drummond dishes to Morris. 2 on the clock. It'll go. The Portland lead is cut down now to just 7 on the bucket from Drummond.
Just lazy defense on the glass there.
Well, nobody boxed out. Nobody put a body on anybody else. Things like that not only drive the coach crazy, that stuff gets under my skin.
And now the first timeout called here for Detroit. A different look now for Portland. Mason Plumlee's checked in for Davis. Noah Vonleh comes in for Myers Leonard. And Maurice Harkless subbed in for Gerald Henderson. Here's Drummond. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
Now that's finishing your work right there.
Powerful two-hand jam. You're right.
And I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will start shrinking even further. The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
That's not the kind of streak you want to be part of defensively. Tighten it up, fellas.
Morris outside. 6 on the shot clock. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
No clue how he got that one to fall.
And that was not a soft foul he had to get through, Greg. I mean, he had to really power that one up and in.
McCollum kicks to Crabbe. And there's the feed to McCollum. Passes it to Harkless. From deep three-point range. And another 3 for Portland.
That was simply a defensive breakdown there, Kevin. He was all alone for that shot. It was a warm-up jumper.
And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That's his first foul.
Well, this is nothing new. There is some debate on how successful max contracts have been in the NBA. A lot of players have demanded max contract money, but haven't lived up to the pay. And in my opinion, there are only about 15 guys worthy of max contracts in the league in any given year.
Now, here's Meeks. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. And they're able to recover. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Well, we were talking about max contracts. There are arguments to their benefits. Commissioner Adam Silver said last year that he feels they help with parity. What do you think?
You know, for the most part, I do believe he's correct. I mean, they do help with parity. For guys like LeBron and Durant, let's face it, the big max contract can be a hindrance. They're probably considered to be worth far more than they're paid. but it's going to be something that is debated back and forth throughout the next negotiations for the CBA.
Now a timeout called by Portland. A different look here for Detroit. Reggie Bullock, he's checked in for Tolliver. And it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope in for Reggie Jackson. Now here's McCollum. They lead by their biggest margin of the game, 9.
And when he breaks out the crossover, you can be sure he's going to leave somebody in his wake.
And Meeks kicks to Johnson. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. It's going to be on Mason Plumlee.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
Damian Lillard, he's checked in for McCollum. And the second free throw, good. And taken away by Johnson. The pass to Caldwell-Pope. There's 1:54 left to play here in the second quarter. Here's Baines. Can't get it to go. Now Portland takes it the other way. Conley kicks to Harkless. Stripped it away. The floater. He takes it up and lays it in.
Oh, terrific way to finish that move there, going to the basket.
Lillard, the pass to Vonleh. Crabbe. And that one comes up a bit short.
Major defensive lapse right there. And he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You've got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
Now, here's Meeks. And he gets the bucket.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys. And it's paid dividends.
And with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, you know, they haven't had to do much work on the perimeter.
And Lillard kicks to Crabbe. Offensive rebound. Lillard dishes to Vonleh. Harkless the pass to Plumlee. Kicks it to Harkless. To the inside. Meeks with the steal.
Clearly a 2-for-1 situation here, guys.
Oh, without question, Greg. I mean, the wise move would be to get themselves a quick shot so they have an opportunity to get that 2-for-1.
That's good.
He's making it look easy scoring out there because he's much more efficient here in the second.
Now a timeout called by Detroit.
Yeah, saw some things that just weren't working for them and wants to make some adjustments.
Yeah, and no reason to wait around to do that, Greg. I mean, might as well make those adjustments right away.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Davis is checked in for Plumlee. Myers Leonard comes in for Vonleh. Al-Farouq Aminu, he's checked in for Harkless. And it's Henderson for Allen Crabbe. Aminu over to help. Here's Johnson. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup. Give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
It's Henderson on the wing. Back to Lillard. He kicks it to Aminu. He got it up and released it in time, but it's off the mark. And the second half about to start here in just a few moments. Andre Drummond with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Yeah, created a lot of quality shots for himself in that first half, and he knew when to pass it up when the double team came.
And that led to a very high points per shot number for him. For those of you that are into analytics, that stat really tells how efficient a player has been. And He's been very efficient so far.
And we welcome you back to more NBA action. Players looking hydrated and plenty of Gatorade to help them get their job done tonight. Andre Drummond with a strong contribution so far in this one.
I tell you what, though, it's going to be important to see if they can slow him down in the second half, because so far they have not had anybody that can disrupt his rhythm down low.
Well, how about guys mixing up the looks? I mean, bump him out a little bit, front him, double him, anything to try to get him off his rhythm.
Lillard at the point with C.J. McCollum playing the 2. Al Farouk Amino is out there with Plumlee, and it's Harkless in at the 3 spot. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers. The Trailblazers have shot 2 free throws, and they're 1 of 2 so far. So he gets them both. Now here's Jackson. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. He feeds it to Drummond. Kicks it out to Johnson. Pistons passing it around. Pass to Jackson. He dishes it to Johnson. It's deflected. McCollum kicks to Harkless. A great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now.
Clark, there is a swagger out here on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
That's right.
I tell you what, I used to love to go up and jam like that.
Harris is checked in for Detroit. Drummond a screen. Harris outside. Lillard comes with the double team. 5 to shoot. A 3 from Morris. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Morris has got 6.
The D just sagged off just enough, and no hesitation on his part.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. Crab, he's checked in for Portland. Third quarter here, over a minute and a half into it. And Lillard kicks to Crab. A beautiful reverse layup.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Jackson against Lillard. Drummond passes to Harris. It's Jackson with the drive. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take it.
Looking at how they stacked up in the league statistically over the last month, here's what the Trailblazers did. 2nd in rebounding. 2nd in second chance points. And they're ranked 3rd overall in team offense. This is a team that knows how to put the ball in the basket, and really that's their strong suit.
And guys, you can't say enough about how well they've rebounded. So often, it's swung the possession battle in their favor, and that's really had a huge impact.
Count that one.
Of all the guys you want to leave open out on the perimeter, he is the absolute last guy on the list. Attention to detail. Know your personnel.
Down low. Here's Harris. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. And now it's only a 5-point Trailblazer lead. Lillard dishes to McCollum. Detroit with the rebound.
Almost no chance of that shot going in.
Yeah, there were a lot of other places he could have gone with the basketball instead of forcing that shot up.
Here's Caldwell Pope. He's certainly been a consistent piece of their offense, averaging about 14.5 points a game. The Pistons need to get off a shot here. And it's Drummond with the jam.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
And it's out of bounds as the Portland Trailblazers retain possession.
Oh, nice play there to get a hand on that pass and tip it out of bounds.
Just a whisker away from coming up with the steal there.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Ed Davis is checked in for Plumlee. Myers Leonard comes in for Al Farouk Amini. And it's Henderson for Lillard.
Assisted by Myers.
Maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that.
And we know he's capable of those memorable dunks.
Yeah, and when he's got a lead like that, why not take a few chances? A lot more engaging and entertaining than just doing the old ho-hum one-hander.
Now here's Jackson. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. This is his first chance at the line tonight. No good on the free throw. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Detroit. Johnson comes in for Tobias Harris. No luck that time either.
Usually free throws are a formality for him. I didn't expect that result when he stepped up there. Tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
Ah, that's bringing it down hard, Clark.
Yes,
Bring it down hard,
yes,
my brother.
Symbolic there as well of the effort here tonight.
Here is Tolliver. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. That one's in there. The Trailblazer lead is cut down to 5 on the bucket from Baines. To the paint. And it's out of bounds as the Portland Trailblazers retain possession. The Trailblazers making a switch here. Harkless is checked in. Henderson kicks to Harkless. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Pass to McCollum. Just 5 on the clock. The three-pointer, no good. Pistons trailed by 5. Meeks, good.
No doubt that is within his range.
Well, I would hope so. He's a pro, and it was only a one-footer. Come on now.
Morris outside to the inside. Here's Baines. Shot is no good. Here's Henderson. No good on the buzzer beater. And the game still closely contested as we end the third quarter. Trailblazers out in front, up by 3. From Portland, we're back in a moment. Thanks for joining us again as we get set for the fourth quarter. A terrific game so far. On the floor for Detroit, Marcus Morris is out there with Aaron Baines. Then it's Johnson. Then it's Jody Meeks.
You know, huge height advantage there, but because of the great body control, he's able to cancel it out.
Agreed. The body control essential in that situation. I mean, if you're giving up a bunch of height, then you better be able to manufacture things in the air.
And he takes that one up and powers it through.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down. And how about a little bit of showmanship there as he increases the lead?
Oh, I like that. That's got to be, though, a tough pill for the defense to swallow.
Well, he's a guy that you know can hurt you with his passing, and right there, he does some damage with his finishing, too.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Well, over the break, I listened in on Stan Van Gundy's huddle. He talked about their problems at the free throw line, but tried not to make too big a deal out of it. He said, listen, if we keep getting to the line, the ball will start going through the net. The important thing is, keep getting there. Maybe that'll take a little pressure off you guys.
And that is a major lead flush right there, my friends.
And in a tight contest like this, Greg, that might be just what they need to get the tide rolling in their direction.
You're exactly right. I mean, so often when a team gets that kind of explosive play out of its backcourt, that can really rally and galvanize the whole squad.
And Mo Harkless, the basket on the assist from Plumlee. That's 12 points here for Harkless.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
I tell you what, it reminds me of one of my college coaches who used to say, that ain't gonna get it done. That's 5 straight baskets in the paint now.
Detroit with the ball after the made shot from Mo Harkless. Guys, they've been getting it done.
They sure have been. I mean, really looking good and sharp offensively.
They came out with a mission, and they have been tough to stop.
And stolen by Lillard. Feeds it to Craig. They grab their own miss. Pistons trailed by 6. Dishes it to Tolliver. Johnson outside. Takes the 3. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Jackson's got his 7th assist in the game.
And, obviously, there's some things out there he does not like and wants to talk it over.
Well, Greg, you played and you envision yourself as a coach as well. So, sometimes you need to make some adjustments.
Now a timeout called by Portland. A different look here for Detroit. Caldwell Pope comes in for Johnson. And Steve Blake is subbed in for Jackson. Trailblazers leading by 3. Lillard attacking. Rebound, Detroit. Tolliver's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Here's Blake, covered by Lillard. Blake kicks to Caldwell Pope. Leaves it up and in off the pretty assist. And it's now only a 1-point Trailblazer lead.
I mean, you never expect to get opportunities that easy coming down the stretch of a tight game.
Back to Lillard. And now running it up the court, Blake pushing it all the way. But they'll get another chance. A minute 42 left in the 4th quarter. There's the dish to Drummond. Harkless comes with a double team. Tolliver no luck.
Kevin, I didn't like that defensive effort at all, but they're lucky he missed it.
Yeah, you hope that's not indicative of the type of D they're going to play, because if they do, they're going to have struggles with him tonight.
McCollum's checked in for Graham. Now here's Drummond. It's deflected. Stolen by McCollum. The finish. And it's blocked. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Aminu. And it's sent back by Drummond. The feed to Caldwell Pope. Count it!
Those are huge points.
Beyond huge, partner. I mean, they needed that bucket desperately.
To the left side wing. Aminu. Portland again missing. Passes it to Drummond. He's covered by Aminu. Lock at 6. Money!
Tell you what, this is some serious showmanship here. Loving that tomahawk.
Clark, he came with force, and that's not just getting 2 points. He was sending a message.
Making a statement.
And also a momentum shifter. I mean, the energy, you can see it. Take a look at the bench. Those guys are fired up. That makes you want to fight.
Clark, they'll be trying to take as much time off the clock as they can.
Exactly. Expect to see some long possessions out of them going forward.
There's the pass to Blake. And so they foul intentionally.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
That's a good foul, though. I like that. I mean, clock management crucial at this time of the game.
And so he drops them both. It's a 3-point game.
Absolutely massive free throws. That'll force them into a 3-point attempt.
Now a timeout called by Portland. They trailed by 3. 8 seconds left in the 4th. Guys, your thoughts?
And there's still time left, so they don't necessarily have have to go for the three. A quick, easy bucket inside will do.
Well, I think the clock's a little short here for that. I mean, I'm not quite sold on the quick two. I think they've got to look for a quality three to try to tie this thing up based on where the clock is right now.
And so it's the Pistons who come out on top here. This win, such a tremendous emotional boost for them.
Really an accomplishment and crazy finish to take a road game like this and simply deflate an entire building.
That's it, folks. The NBA regular season is in the books. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And we send you now over to Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith. It's the Eastern Conference on display featuring the Detroit Pistons. We've got an action-packed Saturday night of NBA action for you. Thanks for joining us. With Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. So for the Pistons in this matchup, they got to be feeling pretty good as they won that last outing against Chicago.
And they may have been on the road, but you know what? They nullified any home court disadvantage in that game by how well they shot it from three.
Shooting can always be a great equalizer. I mean, when you shoot like that from outside, it really makes winning on the road a lot easier.
And now the opening lineup for Detroit. Marcus Morris is out there with Johnson. Then there's Andre Drummond. Then there's Jackson. 4 on the shot clock. And there's a foul. It goes on Jimmy Butler.
That's his first personal foul.
Detroit with the ball. And Drummond kicks to Morris. Clock at 6. And the foul on Derrick Rose. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul.
Morris a screen. Johnson, the pass to Morris. No good. Great defense that time from Noah.
And Detroit with a 32-50 record last season. They didn't have any help from the schedule. They had a total of 22 back-to-back series on the year, tied for most in the league.
So the Chicago Bulls able to put up the first points on the board. Jackson against Mirotic. Shot clock at 5. Johnson dishes to Drummond. Good, and it's Johnson with the assist that time. Here's Mirotic. They look to him for part of their offensive attack. Right now, he averages nearly 12 points a game. Outside Gasol. Here's Butler. Up and in on the layup. Butler's got his first points of the night.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Noah against Morris. And Drummond kicks to Morris. Back to Drummond. Shot clock at 6. Down low. Mirotic. And he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, but if I can say so, it was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
He gets right to the rim, but the defense there to deter it.
I really like that he didn't shy away from the contact at all. I mean, he was determined to get to the basket, no matter who was offering the resistance.
First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. Outside Gasol. Rose passes to Gasol. This is his first free throw of the game.
At the line for the Bulls, 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. Both free throws good from Gasol.
Well, as far as the league's big men go, he's one of the very best at the foul line.
To the inside. Here's Baines. And he uses both hands to jam it in.
Well, he's an undersized center, but he more than makes up for it with some serious leaping ability.
Butler on the way. And the call will go against Anthony Tolliver.
That's his first personal foul.
On defense, Detroit trailing by 2. Kicks it to Noah. Over in the corner, Rose. Uncovered. Rebound, Detroit. Tough loss coming against Cleveland in their last game played.
And really, had they just shot their average from the free throw line in that game, I think that probably changes the outcome.
No doubt. I mean, because there is a carryover effect when you're not having success at the line.
And it's Baines missing.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
And the Pistons decide to take their first timeout right here.
I think he just sees some things that can be improved and wants to get everybody back on the same page.
And usually that, to me, is a good use of the timeout. I mean, if there's something that he's noticed that can give his team a lift, I think he's got to try to take advantage of that.
Changes for Chicago. Taj Gibson's checked in for Gasol. Portis comes in for Joakim Noah. And Brooks subbed in for Mirotic. And then for Detroit, Andre Drummond's checked in for Aaron Baines. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope comes in for Meeks. And Steve Blake is subbed in for Reggie Jackson. And Drummond throws it down.
Boy, oh boy, to be young again. My, oh my. Got me thinking back to my days.
Oh, yeah, right. It does make you nostalgic, doesn't it?
Well, speak for yourself, because I could never throw it down like that. But I will say, it sure looks fun, doesn't it?
Yes, sir.
And that almost feels like 2 buckets coming off the steal like it did.
And especially the fact that it now ties the game. The lead was about to be stretched out, and instead, it's back even.
And here comes Harris leading the fast break. Butler with the steal. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. The Bulls have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
And typically a strength of theirs, 79% on the season.
Really, guys, it's just come together for them at the charity stripe this season. I mean, the confidence is there, and so too are the results.
Here's Blake. Brooks covering. Blake kicks to Drummond. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. Taj Gibson picks one up.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Definitely saved the layup with that foul, and he'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
That one is no good. Here's Rose. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. And it's 8 points for Rose. Blake. Got it! Got it! What a shot!
Wow, what a miracle heave to finish off the quarter. How'd he get that one to go?
At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Bulls lead by 1. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter. Welcome back, folks. Thank you for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports as we get set to get going once again. Hey, during the break, players getting a chance to refuel and hydrate with some Gatorade as there is more basketball in store. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Bulls.
Tell you what, guys, they're showing us a lot of energy early on and racking up those fast break points.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnover.
On the floor for Detroit, Andre Drummond is out there with Marcus Morris. Then there's Reggie Jackson. Then it's Johnson. Pass to Drummond. Covered by Mirotic. And it's Drummond with the jam.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And guys, in a game this snug, moments like that are the ones we usually look back on at the end as a difference maker.
Gasol with the steal. Butler kicks to Rose. Missed the shot. He's made 3 and missed 3 from the field. And stolen by Mirotic. Here's Gasol. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far. That free throw good from Gasol. Dunleavy's checked in for Chicago. Detroit also making some changes. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Drummond. And it's Jody Meeks in for Johnson. No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. It's stolen by Dunleavy. Feeds it to Mirotic. Passes to Noah. Butler attacking. Dunleavy for 3. The shot, no good. And it's Detroit the other way. The dish to Meeks. The 3. That's good. Meeks got the lead up to 1 now for Detroit.
You know, maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot that he can afford to give him.
Back to Mirotic. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. And Baines pulls it down. The Pistons have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. And he gets the bucket. And the Pistons lead by 3.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. And it's a 5-point Detroit lead.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
And Dunleavy gets it to go in.
There is no way a player like him can be left wide open like that. Did you pay attention to the scouting report?
Now a timeout called by Detroit. Derrick Rose is checked in for Mirotic. Detroit also making some changes. Reggie Bullock, he's checked in for Marcus Morris. Tobias Harris comes in for Meeks. And Steve Blake is subbed in for Jackson. Rose with the double team. Out to Harris. Lets it go from deep. And it's Chicago with the rebound. They're coming off that win against Philadelphia.
And the way they attacked the basket in that game was unreal. I mean, after a while, the defenders seemed to just wave the white flag.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, that's what will happen when a team continues to attack the basket and come away with layups. The defense tends to get demoralized and deflated.
5 on the clock. From downtown, again the miss by the Pistons. Chicago trailing here. Gasol kicks to Butler. The kick out to Rose. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Butler's got 6 assists now in the game. The Pistons have gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. There's a good screen. Got a piece of it. Rose kicks to Butler. He feeds it to Noah. The pass to Dunleavy. Offensive rebound. Outside Butler. Dishes it to Gasol. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
Yeah, heads up aggressive play right there. Saw the smaller man on him and took it straight to the basket.
Blake kicks to Baines. They need this. And it's good on the layup. Baines has got it all tied up now for the Pistons.
That's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle much more effectively.
You just cannot allow the offense to have that quality of a look each and every possession. That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
And the first half comes to a close in a tie game. Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half. Gotta like what Derrick Rose has done in this game.
And in terms of points in that first half, you know, he's now at a point where we expect him to perform that way.
And, Greg, that tells you all you need to know about what a talent he is. I mean, I'll bet he adds a lot more to his totals after the break.
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. You got to like what Derrick Rose has done in this game.
Always been a dynamic scorer, and we saw in that first half the entire repertoire on display.
Yeah, he's a hard man to keep down, and so far they haven't found the answer for him. I don't know if there is an answer for him, quite honestly.
They've got Pau Gasol. Noah is up there with Rose. Then there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Mirotic in at the point. And that's the group for Fred Hoiberg as we begin the second half.
Tell you what, guys, his size really comes into play when there's a rebound battle going on. He's got an advantage in there.
And Noah with the slam.
Incredible timing on the alley-oop.
He absolutely hammered it down.
And guys, mark that play right there, because that could be the one that leads to a surge to break this thing wide open.
Johnson outside. Pistons passing it around. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Morris. And Mirotic sends it back. Butler. The half-court bomb falls off target. The Pistons trail it. Johnson with it. Butler covering. Jackson again. Gasol. Jackson dishes to Drummond. Morris inside. Mirotic is there. Here's Drummond. And he dunks it down.
And he's just going all out to get the second chance points. Just a terrific finish.
There was no one that was going to prevent him, GA, from converting that one.
Well, clearly this is the kind of game that could come down to 1 or 2 plays, and he wants to be the guy to make those plays.
Rose kicks to Gasol. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will retain possession.
Right here, over these last 10 games on the Bulls schedule, Kevin, this is how they stack up. Second in free throw percentage. Third in blocks. And they're a top 10 team in three-point shooting.
And you mentioned their free throw shooting. Not a team you can get careless with defensively. They make you pay. Sealing games at the line.
It's deflected.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half. Just a great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, you know, exploding to the basket like that, Greg, just as soon as that ball was going the other way, that's exactly how you want to do it.
That doesn't go either for Butler.
Ooh, and this is turning into a slow start here in the second half. Seems like they left that offense in the locker room.
Outside Rose. The 3. Can't get it to go. And Detroit the other way now. Goes up. Oh, and the jam by Johnson.
Solid on the one-hand throw down there.
You know, Clark, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Yep.
Yeah, and one reason why, I just don't know that I've ever seen him miss a play like that.
And the dunk by Rose.
And that is a major league flush right there, my friends.
And in a tight contest like this, Greg, that might be just what they need to get the tide rolling in their direction.
You're exactly right. I mean, so often when a team gets that kind of explosive play out of its backcourt, that can really rally and galvanize the whole squad.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. Chicago ends up going with the new group. Anthony Tolliver. He's checked in for the Pistons. Harris comes in for Johnson.
There we go. That was your level.
Outside Jackson.
Come on, Chicago.
They set the pick. Drummond a screen. Moore with the block. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Well, Chicago's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Brooks kicks to Dunleavy. Jackson comes over with the double. Brooks. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. Andre Drummond picks one up. The Bulls have shot 5 of 6 at the foul line tonight. And so he hits both. And so it's Detroit with the ball. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. Harris outside. Drummond a screen. The leaner inside. Outside Jackson. Shot clock at 5. Shoots from the high post. That's good. And the Pistons lead by 2.
Wow, risky shot there size-wise, but the incredible skill that he possesses allows that one to go.
Well, the quick high release negated any height disadvantage he had right there.
This game has a lot of character here in the third period.
Yeah, you know what, guys? I love seeing this type of action. A competitive, compelling matchup. A lot of lead changes here so far.
Yeah, 6 already. Intensity is the theme for this one.
Here we go, one-on-one. Moore with the bucket.
That's how you make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered. The floor is open. Take care of business.
Always an advantage when you can get out in the open floor. You get much better rhythm offensively. And this lead, I think, is headed up.
Pulls it from the elbow. Buries the jump shot. He's got 8. Chicago's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Brooks kicks to Dunleavy. It's hauled in by Tolliver.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
3 quarters of play in a close game here. It's the Bulls leading by a point. And after a quick... All right, the fourth quarter of action getting underway. We've had a great one so far with both sides coming to play. The Pistons trailing. And on the floor for Detroit here in the fourth. We've got Johnson. Andre Drummond is out there with Marcus Morris. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's Meeks in at the 2-guard spot. Outside for Jackson. Pass to Johnson. Jackson in the corner. And there's the foul. It goes on Taj Gibson. That's foul number 2 for him. And so it's Detroit with the ball. Jackson kicks to Drummond. 6 to shoot. And they call over the back here. Too much contact.
Yeah, he was boxed out and tried to get the rebound the only way he could.
Yeah, he got straight over the back and on top of him there, too. So nothing subtle about that one.
Pass to Portis. Gibson the screen. It's deflected. Meeks with the steal. The finish. Finishes the break with a slam.
Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive play has to build some momentum.
Chicago trailing here. Brooks, the pass to Moore. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Brooks.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Time-dropping delights is what I call it.
Yeah, that's a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he was on the money, that's no doubt. Meeks dishes to Jackson. Over to the left wing. Clock at 6. Johnson in the corner. They get it back. Drummond. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
And, guys, isn't it great to see a player who works that hard on the glass at both ends?
Well said, G. That's the way he has built, his reputation. Hart grinding away, 100% effort all the time.
And Kevin, all that effort pays off. How many of those spectacular putback jams do we see from this guy? A bunch.
Now, here's Meeks. He's covered closely. On the wing, Jackson. He kicks it to Drummond. Gibson with the steal. Fast break. Here comes Chicago. And that one's good. Brooks.
Now, there's something for the top 10 highlight reel right there. A layup can be just as sweet and as pretty as a dunk sometimes.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over.
They've been committing a lot of turnovers, and I imagine that's exactly what they're talking about right now. They need to tighten it up.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Over that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Stan Van Gundy said to the team. With the game still up for grabs, he simply told his guys, we're right there. Stay focused, execute, and get it done. Kevin, let's see how it plays out.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Joakim Noah's checked in for Portis. Gasol comes in for Taj Gibson. Jimmy Butler, he's checked in for Mike Dunleavy. And Derrick Rose is subbed in for Ejuan Moore. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Pistons.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
Blake with it, and Rose picks him up defensively. Lock at 6. To the inside. Here's Baines.
Right back to the basics there, using the one-hand slam for that.
Doesn't he make the basics look pretty exceptional?
Yeah, he does. They look sweet when he does them.
And they better stay with those basics, because this game is still yet to be determined.
Brooks outside. Inside. Pick off in midair. And now the Pistons fast break. Blake with the ball. He dishes it to Johnson. The feed to Caldwell Pope. Just 5 on the clock. Back to Johnson. All alone. Rebound by the Bulls. Gasol's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Pistons leading by 3. Morris with the ball. Butler covering. Johnson right side. Kicks to Morris. Butler with the steal. Pushing it up. Money!
As clutch a shot as I have ever seen.
In a word, gutsy.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. They're in front by 1. 44 seconds left in the fourth. On the wing, Johnson. He's covered by Rose. Back to Jackson. Drummond the screen. Shot off the pick. Butler from outside. Trifecta.
Big bucket. They've got to play for a stop here with the 2-point lead. No open threes.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. They're down by 2. 23 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
You know what? You can go for the 3 to win or the 2 to tie. What's your choice in a situation like this, Clark?
Well, I don't think you set that decision in stone and anchor it in this timeout. You see how things play out. You're going to try to get a good, quick shot. And if it's a good 3 with a good shooter, let it fly. If it's something in the paint, then you take that. But it's about being a good, quick shot in this situation.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. They're behind by 2. 23 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What's your take, guys?
And it all comes down to this. Still enough time on the clock that they should be able to get a real good look.
Yeah, and in this case, you debate often. You hear guys debate whether to take a 2 for the tie or a 3 to win. In my case, with this situation, I think you go hard inside and see if you can get a good shot in close.
And the foul on Derrick Rose. That'll be his second foul of the game. Tries to keep it alive. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Butler.
You know what? A low percentage pass on that one, but sometimes it's worth the risk.
Well, that time the risk did not pay off because it was well defended.
He's covered by Rose.
He power surged that one down. Wow.
Yeah, good term to use. One of the game's top dunkers for sure.
Folks, that's not a petty, not a Manny. That's a facial.
And here's Johnson outside. Time expires, and we're going to overtime. From the United Center in Chicago. Back in a moment. Well, if you're just joining us, the intensity has really heated up in this one. As we watch this one go now to overtime. And it's going to be the Bulls off the tip. So the overtime period is now ticking away. Should be fun. All fueled up and ready to go to overtime basketball here. Brought to us by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. On the floor for Detroit. Marcus Morris is out there with Andre Drummond. Then it's Jody Meeks. Then it's Johnson. And it's Jackson in a point. Meeks can't hit. Chicago leading by 3. From deep, Rose. Another 3 for Chicago.
I'm not sure that was the play they had set up, but it was too good a look to pass up.
Pass to Drummond. Oh, and the jam by Drummond.
Talk about putting something extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, Clark, you know, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space.
I'm startled that he would even try something like that at this stage of the game.
Pistons trailed by 4. Jackson kicks to Drummond. A beautiful reverse layup.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Lots of room. And there's Rose on the assist by Gasol. 17 points for Derrick Rose. Jackson against Brooks. They double him with Butler. Morris. Shot is off. Chicago leading by 4. Nice catch and finish on the alley-oop.
That lob came from a mile away, and it was right on the money, too.
Talk about a long-distance connection.
Yeah, those wires connected nicely.
But, guys, how about the softness of the hands, the ability to make that catch, and then the finish?
From about 16, And too long on the shot.
And good defense there to play up and get a hand in the face.
Well, he's got a tough mindset. He's confident as a defender. And when you combine those two things, it makes it real hard to score on him.
That free throw good from Butler. Pistons trailed by 9. Morris outside to the paint. He's looking for Drummond and finds him. The basket drops and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
And just a nice combination of size and feel there. Terrific finish down low.
The drive by Brooks. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
And so it's Detroit with the ball. To the middle. Here's Drummond. Yes!
Outstanding entry pass there. He knew exactly where to go with the ball.
Brooks with him. Feeds it to Rose. The tray. That's good.
And really, with every point from this point on, it seems like they're just closer to finishing this one off.
If they haven't already done it. I mean, hey, it's been a tremendous all-around performance from this group. I don't think there's any question about that.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Again, the Pistons score.
Easy little jumper for him right there, guys.
It's tipped. Butler attacking. Brooks, the pass to Butler. Here's Meeks. It falls.
Great job to hit his teammate on that move, Kevin.
And so the big win by Chicago in a tight game. And they had some nervous moments down the stretch, Clark, but things finally came together for him in overtime.
Looked to me like the amber light on the gas tank didn't quite come on. They still had enough fuel to get across the finish line comfortably.
That's it, folks. The NBA regular season is in the books. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And as the fans file out of the building, now time to head over to Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith for the postgame show.